Mishra here. Sir, key part of your work is revolved around advising government on the policy front. So, are there any key policy recommendations that encourage greater investments from government and corporates both towards sports science and athlete wellness at the grassroots level, not at the elite level, but at the grassroots level if you want to focus that on?
Yeah, thank you very much. And first of all, let me congratulate HCL Foundation and Bindra Foundation for organizing this program. And kudos to the team of doctors at the Sports Injury Hospital in Safdarjung. I mean, this type of facility one would not have imagined exists here. Coming back to your question, there are a number of recommendations. We have a sports council, National Council on Sports within CII, which from time to time does public policy advocacy with the government, like we do it for commerce and industry and other aspects of business. What I have recently identified is that, and there's no rocket science here, it's such a large country, 70% of the population lives in the rural areas, and definitely we see the elite athletes coming out of that proportion is maintained, rural versus urban. And in urban areas, there's reasonable amount of sports infrastructure which has now been attained. Rural areas, depending on which states we are, there's a degree of difference. And if you go to the villages which are deeper into the hinterland, it is still a challenge to find a field and some basic infrastructure. So we are getting the government to also look at this, and recently the Honorable Minister had undertaken a very large meeting in which he has come out with a plan where CSR funds can be utilized for creating hard infrastructure, because in the Schedule 7 of the Companies Act, training for Indian indigenous sport, rural sports and the Olympic sports is provided for. We are trying to go a step further, where I'm very glad to know that HCL Foundation is already doing it for the economically challenged communities, is to identify those individuals and coaches who have come back to their village or maybe served into the armed forces and have come back to the village, and they have started something. They are putting together a few youngsters and they are trying to teach them some discipline which they know of. And if you look at the length and breadth of the country, there are thousands of such sparks. And these sparks, if it is converged with what Government of India will be doing with the hard infrastructure, and here if the CSR funds of the Indian industry can also be sort of converged onto it, and not large sums, even 10 lakhs, 15 lakh rupees is a big amount for making a change. So I'm trying to work on that. It is a little challenge, and I need your help and Nidhi, your help also in this. First of all, to identify, because the country is so large, we alone cannot do it, but you already have a penetration with 100 coaches across the country, and I'm sure they will have better routes. As far as influencing the policy is concerned, we do it. That's our bread and butter, so to say. Thank you very much.
Moving on to Mr. Bindra again. So, sir,